Hello and welcome to episode 81 of Nolo Time. My name is Obed Velez and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's up, Nolo Time? Good to be with you here for episode 81, Obed. It's good to be with you, my friend.
Yeah, good to be here, man. This week we've finally got to catch up, dude.
I know. It's been so long, and it's just good to hang out and talk. And, of course, with that comes a lot of huge news as well that we've been discussing. So we were talking this week about several different things, and we're like, we got to save this for the show because it's going to be a good one.
I know. There's definitely a lot of stuff to talk about this week. And we're gonna try and fit it in, guys. We only got about an hour, and that's what we shoot for. We don't like to go over. Even if we do, that's okay. But that's our goal, to keep it within an hour. I know that anytime we go over an hour, it's like attention span.
Oh yeah, it's never that much over an hour too.
Yeah, we did pretty good. The time management. I think we are the kings of podcast time management because we're not scripted, right?
That's right.
So we just talk. We don't have no one knocking down our doors like, I need the studio, guys. So we're good. We're good. We time manage. We make it work. But Joe, man, what's up? What you been up to?
Man, I've been pretty busy these last few weeks. It's nice that this last weekend, you and I both had a 3-day weekend, right? So.
Yep.
That was always nice just to catch up on life, spend time with some family that does not get to see me much at all, hang out with some friends as well, but of course, with that, you've gotta get some nerdy time in, and I was able to actually get out and watch Alita, the latest movie by James Cameron and team, Alita, the Battle Angel movie. And, I did read some reviews prior to watching the movie, a lot of mixed responses, mostly lower responses than what you would anticipate for this kind of a movie. People criticizing mainly the story of the film. And I have to say, I definitely see where the criticism comes from. After watching this movie, I literally said I need like 2 days to digest how I really feel about it because I didn't really leave feeling like I love this movie, but I didn't leave feeling angered either. I think the worst part of the movie, and honestly, is just its ending. That's just, to be quite frank, it's not a good ending at all. But
is it trying to set up for something? Not to go into spoilers, but yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it feels like they can, the way they left it off, but at the same time, it also feels like one of those, trying to pull like an Inception. What do you want it to be? But ending. But they could easily just leave it there and try and be, trying to have a creative ending. I didn't appreciate it. And honestly, and I even stuck around thinking maybe there'll be an end credit scene or something to make up for it, and there was nothing at all. But with that being said. What made me not really dislike the movie, made me really enjoy the movie because these parts stand out so strong, are first of all the visual effects. Some people I know were a little weirded out by the way the character Alita looks, but when you sit there and you watch this movie, I was fortunate enough to watch it in the new AMC Dolby Cinema 3D format. The coloring was really rich. It was worth the 3D. Which I'm not a crazy 3D person, but I guess this movie was actually created for 3D from
if James Cameron was involved, I'm pretty sure that they used some of his 3D tech that they used for Avatar,
right?
Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah, just a disclaimer: the movie's not directed by James Cameron; it's directed by Robert Rodriguez from El Mariachi fame.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, the CGI is so good.
Looks good.
I mean, there's a couple scenes I nerded out just because of how amazing the sequences came out to be. I mean, you're talking about there's a character, I'm not spoiling anything, you've seen the trailers, a villainous character that has these tentacle fingers that he kind of throws out at people. Of course, that works really well in 3D, but there's a shot where Alita is literally jumping mid-air, camera pans around to the opposite side as if she's facing us, and you're seeing these fingers come flying, and just as if she's literally jumping right out of the picture, and it is just done beautifully.
Cool.
So that's a really cool thing. And then I think the second thing that was a huge redeeming quality for the movie was Alita herself. She is such an incredible character, a really likable character in my opinion. It's it's weird to be so connected to a cyborg character. It's still an odd character, but yet somehow, some way, they manage to make you really like who she is because of what she stands for. She won't stand by for injustice. She faces it heads on. But yes, I see where the complaints are. The story's not well put together, and in certain places there's some issues. Her her relationship with Hugo is just not non-existent. In fact, makes me angered when I think about it. There is a very I'm not gonna spoil it, but there is a very Titanic-esque scene where I'm literally going like, why? This doesn't make any sense. Why this is going down the way it's going down. People don't need to die. So yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. I mean, I'm glad I was able to watch it. I had a good time with it, but I wasn't necessarily moved by it entirely either.
Cool. I remember watching the original OVA back in my day. So I barely remember it. I mean, I remember it enough where when I saw the first trailer for this movie, it was like, oh, they're making an Alita movie, and it was like, oh my god, they left the manga eyes and whatnot.
Yes.
Because it's a very 90s. The Alita the OVA is like, if like when you say 90s anime, that's like Alita's right there, and that's
Wow.
like defining, almost as defining as defining as you could call it, 90s anime. So when I saw the style and when I saw what they did with her eyes and the CG and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then people was like, "Well, what the heck is this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, no, it looks just like Alita," and it's I appreciate it, um, the faithfulness of the
Yes.
design. So I appreciated it. Like I said, I barely remember anything that happened in battle in Alita back in the 90s. So I'll give this one a watch when I come around to it. So
Yeah, for sure. Again, great CGI. I think you'll love how it looks. Yeah.
cool, cool, man. Yeah. Dude. So I'm not gonna give you guys the Kingdom Hearts 3 update. You guys are probably tired. But Joel, as I mentioned, I was in the market for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, he did it, guys.
And I did it. Yeah, I did it. So went got that with Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, and Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
Wow.
Yeah, nah, and I'm liking it. I thought that when was gonna plug in the Switch into my TV, it was gonna look weird or blurry or none of that. It looks fine. Like it looks sharp. It looks great. It looks colors are very nice. I mean, it's the good thing about the Switch, or the good not necessarily about the Switch, but the good thing about Nintendo is that they play to their strengths, and one of their great strengths is art design. So they utilize their art design to their advantage, and they make these games look really good, really great, and pop out on the screen. So spend a little bit of time on Monday on that. Basically, like every day this week, I've been playing Switch. So last night was the first time that I actually played on docked,
Oh,
on
cool.
portable mode, just to test it out. Played about an hour of Zelda. Um, and it's great. Only thing that I have is that I have big hands, so when I try to grab it,
Oh, those
it's
Joy-Cons and all
all
that.
this
Yeah.
empty space. Yeah. So I was looking to see if I can get some sort of grips or something for the Joy Cons just to have a grip on it. If you guys know, just send us an email. NoTime@gmail.com. Let us know if you have any recommendations, because I've been looking around and I can't find anything that's looks like satisfying. Also, that is not like super expensive, because there's like I think the a company's called Satisfy, and it's spelled weird. It's like SATY. It's weird. Anyhow, so So I was looking at that one, but then that one's like $30, and then it comes with a bundle. It's like $50 with a case. I actually got a case separate. That was $20. So I don't want to spend more money on a case. No, that's fine. The Switch is probably never gonna leave my house unless I go on like a trip or something. But I doubt it. But
You're a responsible guy
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I can count the times that I've actually left the house with Vita. So and the Vita's still around, is still in my living
Oh
room
yeah.
side table, and I grab it and I play on it. So we're gonna talk about the Vita here later on, but yeah, man, I'm liking it, and all that hype for Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I mean, I can see what all that hype was about. The game is not. The game is great because it's this sense of discovery that you have on this game, and it's done in a fantastic way that that no other game has this sense of discovery, and it's because the game starts with questions, and as you keep playing and keep discovering things, has this sense of wonder and discovery, and it's fantastic, and it's really really well done. Would I say it's like the best game ever, as some people make it to be? I don't have an answer. I mean, it's good where it could definitely be up there, but I will have an answer in maybe a couple of months when I get around to playing a lot of it. So, but so far it's fantastic. I know that this game, when it came out, the other game that came around the same time that draw a lot of comparisons was Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn being, very similar type of uh, game where, there's crafting and loot and all this stuff, right? Being very similarly structured, I would say. It does the beginning of that game is a lot more engaging than Breath of the Wild. So yeah, I mean the storytelling on Horizon is like next level stuff, right? So this is it's fantastic. But we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely gonna play that. Of course, Mario Kart's a lot of fun, and Super Mario Bros. U. It's also a lot of fun. I mean, though, I think I made great choice. So I grabbed the bundle that as I mentioned, the one that came with a $35 credit. Still haven't used it. Um, I, I was recommended to get Hollow Knight. I heard it's really good. So it's only $15. So I can get Hollow Knight and like another $20 game, like I don't know, Sonic Mania or something. So I'll probably do that. But yeah, yeah, man. Whenever the what was the Astral Chain, the game from
Oh
Platinum that's coming
yeah.
out in August, it's probably gonna be a get. So I'm looking forward to that one. And yeah, so far I'm liking it. Oh, also, dude, that Pro controller, it's probably it's up there. Like it's probably one of the best controllers I've ever used. Like I would dare to say that it's better than the DualShock 4 because of the HD rumble, and it has a 40-hour battery life. So it's real good. It feels really comfortable. Yeah, I mean it's expensive. Again, it's $70, but it's still on sale for like 56. At Amazon and Best Buy. So if you guys want to grab that, Joe, I know that you were in the market for one of those. So
Yeah, I need to. I need to pick one up.
yeah, yeah. So, but I highly recommend it. Like if you get a Switch, you gotta get a Pro controller. Like it's really good.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's
Totally.
yeah, it's really comfortable. So yeah, that's been my what's up, man.
Nice. It's wonderful, man.
Cool. Joel, let's jump into a bunch of news that we have. Joel's over there destroying his setup.
Ah,
Rage, flipping.
hulking out.
He just flipped his desk.
I just
Computer's on the floor,
Yep.
smashing it.
Show's over.
um, Joe, we mentioned that Ben Affleck is no longer going to be the Batman, but there are very strong rumors, and we're not going to go too deep into this, but very strong rumors that Armie Hammer is very close to signing with WB as the new Batman. So, how do you feel about this, Joe? And also, I guess Armie Hammer is really good friends with Henry Cavill, so just throwing it out there, maybe connection. But how do you feel about this, man?
So I don't know how to interpret these rumors simply because the main star himself came out and said, "Look, nobody has talked to me about this." Like he's like, "I wish, but no one's talked to me." Do I believe it? I mean, I don't think he has anything to hurt himself to come out and say that would hurt himself by coming out and saying that. But with that being said, like it does make sense for WB to to consider him at all. I've loved actually I didn't say love, but I really enjoyed rather The Man from Uncle, which I think was an underrated movie with Henry Cavill and him in the movie there, and it was entertaining seeing the two of them together in that film. Um, I think that looking at him, he looks like he would make a good Batman.
I think so too.
I mean, from what I've seen him in, also his talent is very strong. So I like you asked me a response right now, and I'm gonna tell you, it sounds like he would be a good Batman. He would make sense for the role. That we would really enjoy him in it. Uh, the age thing is what I like too, because like it does feel like that a little bit of that soft reboot. He can come across as younger than Ben Affleck for the Matt Reeves films. Should they ever decide to bring back together the gang and give us a little more Justice League action, I think he would be great side by side with a Henry Cavill, and I think it would actually be yes, it'd be still an odd transition because it's obviously a different actor, but I think it'd be a little bit more of an easier transition if they were to do this versus if you had, like we discussed last week, this guy from Twilight.
Oh yeah.
So
this is a lot less disruptive.
it's a lot less disruptive.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
yeah.
a little easier of a transition. Robert Pattinson. Sorry, the name was escaping for
Yeah.
a second. It would make more sense if Robert Pattinson was. Sorry, it would not be easier for Robert Pattinson to be in the role versus Armie Hammer. I think people would be a lot more accepting of, and it'd be a lot easier of a transition for people to just say, "Cool, he's Batman. He's in these movies. Cool." Like it'd be fine. So yeah, man, that's how I feel about it. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's basically saying it's not true, but we'll see.
Yeah, same thing. I feel the same way. It's good. Like it's a good choice, right? It's not a choice that will blow your socks off because it's a very safe choice,
Right.
But at the same time, it's DC. They cannot start making these crazy risks. And they would try to bring in someone like Robert Pattinson and bring the ladies in to watch the movie, and that could backfire. So I think as long as if they play it safe, right, we'll see what this Matt Reeves project actually turns out to be, and like what you said, if they decide to bring Henry Cavill back and actually make another Justice League and keep expanding on this thing, even if it's going to feel disjointed at this point.
Absolutely.
Nothing they can do at this point will, except for doing like a full reboot again.
And even that's gonna be.
And I doubt that
Yeah.
I doubt that they're going to do that. I think they're just gonna keep doing their their thing and their one-off movies like the Joker stuff and all this stuff. But we'll see. Again, safe choice if it happens. I'm not mad. So yeah,
They kind of need a safe choice right now too, with where they're at. So, maybe this was leaked out just to see how people be interested and then approach the actor. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Joe, reviews for Captain Marvel are out there. And from what I've heard, there is nothing but positive buzz around this movie, but not positive in just the movie's good sort of thing. This is like really like palpable excitement for this movie.
For real. Yeah. Some of the responses. I mean, I've not seen one negative response. First of all. The most negative thing I think I've seen somebody say was that they wanted to see a little more development of her character, like rather than just jumping into her adventure right away. But to me, that kind of makes me feel excited. That's like, yes, it's an origin story, but they jump into the action quick. Maybe that's a good thing. Most people seem to have really liked what they saw, and I think that's what is making this movie so powerful. Is that you're seeing a character they're selling as a character that's really rising as a superhero. You think of, I mean, I'm not trying to throw slight, just different worlds, but when you think of the DC world of heroes, these are like gods among men. So you can't you can, but it's hard to feel very relatable to these characters. It's hard for you as the person who goes into your workplace or goes about your life to feel like you relate to Superman. You know what I'm saying? Who's flying around. Yes, he's you see the journalism side of him, but when he's going around and he's, fighting Brainiac and whatever, it's hard to relate. I'm not saying that everybody feels like they can be Captain America either, but I'm saying there's a point to these guys at the human side of them that people really connect to, Spider-Man probably being the biggest one out of them all. And I think that's what they really are going for, it sounds like, with Captain Marvel. From the responses that people are getting, they're saying it's a very emotional rise, to the point that Obed, I was showing you some of the people's responses that they literally said that they were crying watching the movie, and I think other people are going to literally be that emotionally moved by her story, and including that even one of the end credit scenes are just continues on these emotions. And wow, it sounds like Marvel really has on their hands a powerful Captain America-esque, I'm not trying to compare it, but in the world of a character that you can really get behind and stand behind and stand for justice, but in a new, fresh way, and that makes me excited.
Yeah. Remember when I said that Marvel/Disney is going to make sure that this movie is better than Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's like no going around it.
They're making sure of it, and I love you when you said that.
Yeah, they're in it to win it. They're not playing around. It's like, all right, let's show them our take on a female superhero. Not necessarily show them how it's done, because Wonder Woman is a competent movie and it's good,
Absolutely.
But it's like let's bring this to the next level, and apparently they're doing it. From what I've heard, there's a few displays of power in the movie where it's like, oh, Thanos is screwed.
Yes.
So it's like a lot of people saying, it's like, yo, okay, this is done. Like I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in Endgame now. So, speaking of Endgame, Joe, just real quick, not to digress too much, but did you see how interesting it is for the Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart Guinness World Record thing and being put out by Marvel? That was pretty interesting.
I
right?
love that. I love that they're acknowledging the two of them, and I love that, like you're saying, specifically Marvel. I mean, across every platform, they're just championing these two, and they could have done that with other Fox X-Men characters, but no.
No,
it's these
specifically
guys.
Those two characters. So, a boy could dream. I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 2 years now in the podcast, Joe. A boy could dream.
Yep.
So when I saw that, actually, because I saw the thing with Guinness World Record, right, and the thing that they put out there, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I think I saw it from like IGN or something, right?
Sure.
But then Marvel was like, oh, we're really happy and excited that Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman. Yeah, I was like, oh snap. So we'll see. But
Hugh Jackman looks, I mean, he's always in pretty good shape, but if you look in the video, man, he looks good. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get me excited.
Yeah, Joel's over there like,
Wipe that sweat off, guys.
grab a towel. Yeah. Man, but we'll see. I'm actually really excited for Captain Marvel now that these reviews have dropped. The bosses, again, I'm excited.
I already purchased my ticket, dude, for opening night. I'm gonna see it that Thursday night, dude.
I know you're in for opening nights on most movies, Joel. It's that Bachelor life, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Bachelor. Then you didn't choose Bachelor Life. Bachelor Life chose you.
That's right. I reap the benefits.
Exactly, because you reap the benefits. Yeah, dude. Seriously. But again, really excited for that movie. I think they're gonna do great. But you know what's not doing great, Joel? Netflix. What the heck's going on? I mean, we called it, right? We called it the day they announced the the release date for Punisher season 2, we called it. We said it's probably going to be like 4 weeks, and it's going to get canceled. So I mean, we got the official word that both Punisher and Jessica Jones are getting canceled from Netflix. Jessica Jones season 3 is coming out because that's already in production.
Right.
As we mentioned,
Right.
we talked about it before, and we said it's like, oh, it's already in production. It's probably gonna come out, and that's it. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. But Joel, Marvel did put out a statement, and go ahead and I don't know if you want to go ahead and share what they had to say.
Yeah, let me go ahead and make sure I want to make sure I quote this directly. But guys, this is like you were saying, Obed, the same thing here. That, this is something that we've been talking about for a very long time. I actually, from October, when the initial news came out about them canceling or not renewing is the wording that they want to use, but it's a cancellation fully now, of Iron Fist. From then, I literally tweeted out. I jumped on our account on Nolo Time, and I tweeted out saying, "Guys, look, this is the end. Like, do you understand that Disney is putting out a streaming service? Obviously, we'll go into a little more of the nitty gritty stuff coming out here about the business and money, but let's be real, guys. They're putting out a streaming service. The timing of this cannot make any more sense. It makes too much sense at this point."
Yeah, for sure. And they also said, of course, that Ant-Man and the Wasp is the last Marvel movie that's going to come in Netflix. All future movies are going to be available on Disney Plus. So, yeah, we called it. Again, this is a bummer. I don't know if you saw that Eminem was really mad.
Yeah, man.
The Punisher, because he apparently was like a super huge fan of the series. He's mad that it got canceled. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, it stinks. But we saw this coming 3 miles away, right? Not even not even a mile away. We saw this coming 3 miles away.
Absolutely.
It was it was bound to happen. Again, Netflix is. I don't know if they're trying to show dominance by doing these things, but these things are backfiring on them because fans are not happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, I'm having a hard time finding the initial comment from them. I actually should jump on. Think about it. I'm like, I actually tweeted that on the No Load Time Twitter account, so I'm gonna jump on that. I'm like, that's gonna be the way to find it, guys.
Want me to send you a link on that, bro?
I got it, bro. So what Jeff Loeb, who's the guy who's running all the TV stuff for Marvel, he also does the ABC stuff. He also did the Netflix stuff, their Hulu stuff as well. He went out and put an entire long statement saying, this has never been done before. They said we couldn't do it. Thank you guys for being a support to us. But the last thing they put here is, on behalf of everyone at Marvel Television, we couldn't be more proud or more grateful to our audience. Our network partner may have decided they no longer want to continue telling the tales of these great characters, but Marvel better than that. As Matthew Murdock's dad once said, the measure of a man is not how he gets knocked to the mat, it's how he gets back up. To be continued. Jeff Loeb and all of us at Marvel Television. That right there is where we're talking about, like, when you people are mad, like, this is it. This show's not coming back, like, even Enem and these people saying, like, it's over. But, guys, it's not over until Marvel says it's over. If Marvel wants to resurrect this thing, they can, and they will. I still stand behind the fact that they will probably try to do some type of Heroes for Hire, Defenders-style team-up again and spin out something else fresh out of these characters, whether it be instead of Solo, maybe it's a Luke Cage Iron Fist series, maybe it's a Daredevil and another character. I don't know, but I wouldn't shock me that they rebrand this in its own way, but keeping a lot of these actors intact that would like to return. Especially Daredevil, that was such a huge success. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's over. Of course, there have been rumors about them talking to Hulu already. I'm just going to be honest with again, I'll bite my words. If it happens, it could go to Hulu. I can't see this going anywhere than Disney Plus, and they've already said contractually they have to wait 2 years before they do anything with these characters. if you listen to the episode, Obed, that we recorded from the last time with Punisher, that's the exact timeline that I said. They're gonna take a couple years off. They're gonna put out their Loki series. They're gonna put out this other stuff, and then they'll come back and give something new. I stand behind that prediction here. You heard it first here, guys, on February 21st of 2019. Joel Young's prediction.
Yeah, we'll see. That's what you said. You said we're gonna be a couple of years, but yeah, I was gonna mention Hulu. That Hulu approached Marvel and said, "Hey, if you, whatever, we're gonna take over." I'm sure that Hulu will definitely enjoy having Daredevil and Punisher on their service. It will be the case where I would actually downgrade my Netflix account and get Hulu. To be honest with you, dude.
Yeah.
For the amount of time that I use Netflix, I'll probably just downgrade and use Hulu and get Hulu. Honestly, but we will see where that goes. Again, it's a bummer, but we saw it coming when Daredevil got cut. It was like the other ones are getting cut too because it's
absolutely.
It's gonna happen. But Joe, one guy that there was speculation that got cut is Rian Johnson from the Star Wars universe. Sorry, man, babies. He's not gone. He's still there. So Rian Johnson was asked about him supposedly not being involved with Star Wars any longer. And in a tweet, he was asked if it was true, and I think this response is actually very, very good because the man babies, right? So he wrote, no, it isn't true. I'm still working on the trilogy. With all due respect to the movie bros, who I'm sure are lovely, kind bros with good fraternal intentions. So calling out the man babies on a tweet saying, no, I'm still here.
Second degree burn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Seriously. I'm happy. Again, Last Jedi was a great movie, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. So, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that he's going to be working on totally something completely unrelated to the current, Skywalker saga, or however you want to call it, right? Their current trilogy. Of course, we got another team working on other Star Wars movie projects. We got, the Boba Fett stuff got canceled. Things got shuffled around. Again, I'm pretty sure, Joe, that we are going to get the episode 9 this year. And then after that, we're probably not going to see any Star Wars until 2021. I don't think we'll see any Star Wars next year, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah, and then 2021, that's when we'll see either Rian Johnson or whatever this new projects are going to be by the Game of Thrones guys.
Yes, I think I agree with you a bit. I think the only Star Wars we see after Episode 9 is The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars series that they're putting on Disney+. Star Wars will still have content. It's just not going to be their episodic films or even anthologies. And like you said, Obed, I think then they launched their next trilogy, late 2021. Hopefully they keep that Christmas timeline that fans love so much.
Or summer. I mean, they can go back to summer, depending on what Marvel does, right? Because we still don't know what Marvel's going to do after Endgame, other than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Spider-Man being put out by Sony, not necessarily. I mean, it's made by Marvel, published by Sony, basically,
right?
Or distributed by Sony, I should say.
Right.
It's not a game. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see where Rian Johnson goes with this.
His Snoke series, his Broom Kid movie. I don't know.
Yeah, Broom Kid episode Broom Kid. So it's gonna be interesting. He's gonna definitely try and ruffle some feathers on purpose. I know he's gonna do it.
How funny though if he gives a fantastic trilogy and guys have to eat their words.
I know
it could easily happen.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Which, by the way, Joel, the episode 9 wrapped up. Photography wrapped up. So it's done. So we'll Gotta wait what, 9 more months?
That's it.
It's like
Christmas.
it's like having a baby. So you gotta wait for 9 months so we can see
Yep.
Star Wars and finally see where all this thing goes. There's some rumors and speculation. There were some leaked like art and costume designs out there that are very interesting.
Yes.
So I'm curious to see where it goes. Again, I know that JJ is not gonna disappoint. He played it safe the first time. Episode 8 was the risk. And now he's just gonna go. It's like, all right, so we got these two things. Let's just put both the safe and the risk together, and it's probably gonna come up with something spectacular. So I'm hoping that Star Wars is gonna be back with a vengeance now.
Yes.
With a revenge.
Revenge. I think episode 9 might be the best one out of all of this trilogy. It wouldn't shock me, just because of, like you're saying, the culmination of these two movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, just a quick thing for the Star Wars nerds, Joel. You put this on the news bullet points. France is gonna have a professional lightsaber fencing sport.
That's right. It said lightsaber fighting is a real sport in France, and I have booked my flight. I will be there. Sorry. Come on. If you love Star Wars, you can't tell me you haven't played around with a lightsaber for some fun. If you own a lightsaber, that is.
Dude, France are being very very open with this because they did the Star Wars thing. They talked about including esports for the Olympics. They're
France is for real.
Yeah, they're not playing around, man. They really want to capitalize on the future.
I love it.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, that's thought it was a funny piece of news that you dropped in there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. Joel, got some crazy gaming news to go through. The first big one, breaking news that we got today, that Reggie Fils-Aimé, the president of Nintendo of America, is retiring. And I mean, man, Reggie's leaving. It's a bummer. But you know what? He said he wants to spend more time with his family. He's been with Nintendo for 13 years. I remember the first time that I saw him back in the DS days. It was even before the DS Lite come out. I think he was in charge of the DS release, if I'm not wrong, or was very worked very close with that. But Reggie, of course, we all know him, love him. He's great. He's always been a great supporter of the Game Awards and gaming as an art form and just having fun. He's very charismatic and everyone likes him. Very likable guy. So yeah, man, he put out a video statement. I don't know if you saw, if you
I did
get a chance to see it. Man, I got choked up. I was like, man, freaking Reggie. I like Reggie. So he's definitely gonna be missed. He's an advocate, and I appreciate that he brought energy and attitude to Nintendo. Some energy that he was missing after the disappointment that was the GameCube. But that he came on board, and you got the push for the DS and the push for the Wii. And, even on the Wii U days, he was playing it safe and saying, oh, yeah, no, we don't need these things because Mario, and he was the guy. So, yeah, we'll see him. We'll see him. We'll sad to see him go. But,
it's sad, but what a great way to go out, though, at the same time. Like, he's going out on top with the success of Nintendo Switch being historical for them. Yeah. So, I mean, it's similar to the way Andrew House, exiting his role at, Sony. Like, this guy's exiting at the best time where it's not like he's leaving and business is bad at all, So
oh, no.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, exactly. He's leaving Nintendo and... again, we'll go over the MPD news, but spoiler alert, the Switch was the #1 console last month. But Doug Bowser, which is interestingly enough, taking over the reins of Nintendo of America. And I'm not too familiar with Bowser, but from what I heard, he's a very good, likable guy. And, he's been working closely with Reggie for a while and has a very good relationship with the guys over in Japan. So yeah, again, just a quick breaking news that we had today. But yeah, man, it's a bummer. But you know what? People gotta retire, dude. It's like people can't do the same thing forever.
It's
It's
true.
like, yeah, Andrew Heiss retired, Jack Tretton retired, all these guys from Sony retired. Don Matrick got retired.
Got retired.
got
Oops.
retired?
Oops.
Crap! I was
It's a
like,
little
well, Ken
different.
Kutaragi from Sony got retired. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a personality that he's gonna be around. I know he's gonna poke his head every once in a while, and and say hi to the community. So,
Absolutely.
but he's gonna be missed.
We'll miss you, Reggie.
Joe, PS Vita, I'll probably miss it quite a bit, and this is considering that it was announced this week that the PlayStation Vita will no longer be in production, and the last shipments that are going out to Japan are the last ones. I haven't seen a new Vita in a while, and dude, I want to say 3 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm assuming that new shipments for Vitas for the U.S. And maybe even Europe have been discontinued for a while now. We just haven't noticed. But the big thing is that Japan's now uh, gonna be discontinued as well. Interestingly enough, I saw an article from I believe it was Famitsu with some numbers for last year, and it was really interesting that the Vita actually outsold the Xbox One in Japan last year. So I mean, again, Xbox doesn't sell well in Japan, but when a dead system sells more than your, 4K most powerful console in the world, then there's a problem. But R.I.P. Vita, the little console that couldn't, and man, I mean, again, so sad. It's a great device. Which, by the way, Joe, I downloaded Uncharted,
Oh, great.
but I'm not feeling it.
Well,
Not
it's
not
not Naughty Dog, so
Yeah, and I think what it is that it was a launch title for the Vita,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's really gimmicky. It
yeah,
uses the motion controls, the swipe and the touch and the the back touchpad and whatnot. So I was like,
yeah,
I'm not feeling it.
yeah.
So I didn't really feel it. It looks great and runs well,
Sure.
um, but I just didn't feel it. So unfortunate. But yeah, RIP Vita. We'll probably get a couple of games here and there. Great console if you want to play PS1 games on the go, because
And remote play is fun.
they emulate great. Yeah, remote play works pretty good. Still. So yeah, I mean, if you find one in the wild for a decent price, um, sure, why not? But yeah, I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a while now. So yeah, we'll see where the Vita actually ends up being. Joe, last part, this next part, it's gonna be not necessarily news, but it's gonna be a bit of a rant here. Oh, you know what? Let's do MPD and let's end with
Ooh,
this.
ooh,
Let's do
fun.
this. Let's do this. So NPD for January 2019 came out. Of course, as we mentioned, the Switch was the highest selling console of the month of January, followed by PS4 and Xbox One, of course. Top 20 games, Joe. Top 20 games for January. Number 1, Kingdom Hearts 3. Number 2, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Of course, I got them too. Number 3, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. 4, Call of Duty 4 Black Ops. Or Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Guys, I'm sorry. It's Call of Duty. I don't care. Super Smash Bros. Red Dead 2, Ace Combat 7, NBA 2K19, Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 still holding on to that top 10.
It's a good game.
Again, Grand Theft Auto 5, Madden 19, Tales of Vesperia, Breath of the Wild, Battlefield 5, Super Mario Party, Minecraft, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Spider-Man, FIFA 19, and Super Mario Odyssey at 20. So very safe list, I would say. A lot of carryover from Christmas. Red Dead, Call of Duty, Battlefield are here. I'm surprised that Super Mario Brothers U ranked 3. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
That's very, very high. I mean, the game, I had to hunt it down because I wanted to get it. I actually had to hunt it down because Target was all sold out. So I actually ended up, going to Best Buy. But yeah, it's a very safe list. I think it's no crazy surprises here. But yeah, man, Kingdom Hearts 3, we doing it, Joe.
I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it from both yourself, from others. It was marketed better than even prior Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion, as well. I think they really did themselves out well with this, and they're seeing the fruits of it. So obviously, I've yet to play it, but you've said it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's I highly recommend it, guys. Even if you're not into, I mean, if you're not into Disney and crazy storytelling, it's probably not gonna be for you. But even if you're into Disney and you wanted to play a Disney game that looks fantastic, absolutely give it a chance. It has an easy mode that you can play. You don't have to play it on normal or hard, because the game could get hectic, but it does give you the tools to progress. So, we had this talk this week. You're laughing over there.
Easy mode.
You know what's up. No, I'm not saying to go easy mode, right?
I mean,
use the tools to your advantage because the game gives you the tools to progress. That's all I'm saying.
That's all he's saying, guys.
But yeah, no big surprises here, Joe. But what I want to get into is, we had one big game that came out this week. Officially comes out tomorrow, but reviews are out. And one game that I've been saying here that it may not come out. Actually, I totally forgot that it came out last week. And it was totally a dud, as I predicted again. So both Anthem and Crackdown 3 came out last week. And they're not doing good. Anthem's right now sitting at 63 on Metacritic. Crackdown's sitting at 60. Anthem does not have any positive reviews as of yet. It's all average reviews based on the Metacritic info. Crackdown has, I think, like 2 positive reviews, a lot of mid-range or reviews, and it has a few negative reviews as well. But Joel, I want to go on 2 rants here. One on the EA rant and 2 on the Xbox rant, of course. And there's a follow-up story to the Xbox rant. But Joel, what happened to Anthem? What's going to happen to BioWare now that the game is going to be out? Is EA going to give them the resources to fix this mess? Of course, the game still has loading glitches. The game's load times are still not great. The map's not big enough, and it's just the one big map that you get, and there's not enough things to do. Joel, what happened to BioWare? What's going to happen to BioWare? And what's EA? What do you think is going to happen to EA going forward now that Apex Legends is a gigantic success?
I would be very scared right now if I'm EA, because this is not what they needed remotely. Like this is a nightmare situation for them. I don't know if they even have the resources. If it makes sense for them to even try and put any kind of resources into, like you're talking about, fixing Anthem. How much is it going to take? Because there's several issues that we've heard about with this game. So, and yes, you see the trailers and you see the talk, but Obed, I don't think there's remotely a hype for this game that they anticipated. So why even spend the kind of money to fix something, that it's just not. It's not gonna. I don't see it selling well. Because I think the negative publicity hurt it, and I don't think there was that much of a hype beforehand, anyways. So I would be very concerned right now if I'm me. I'd be very concerned right now. With they were talking about this Apex Legends going on. I think that is not around to play. I think people are really excited about that franchise, that game rather. Dude, I don't know if there's gonna be enough time to really fix this thing, or enough money rather to fix this thing, because it's got too many issues. I think they just went through this, man, with Battlefront. That was a situation where obviously it's a little more different. We're talking than the glitches that are going on with Anthem, but EA had to put some resources behind it to quickly fix and change their schema, and obviously I think it paid off for them to be safe. But this is just a huge punch to the gut. I mean, this is not good.
Yeah, I think the guys that, because at EA, it's EA, they do have the resources. But the guys that need to be kind of nervous right now are the guys over at BioWare.
Yeah.
This could be the next studio to get shuttered by EA, potentially. And man, I mean, I wish Anthem would have done better because it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
That exosuit design is kind of cool, and you see the weapons and the shooting and everything looks fine. It's not like it looks terrible, because it's not. It's appealing. I think this game, the problem that it had was that beta that was long, that
Infinite load times.
that beta with the infinite load times, and then the game having this ridiculous. Joel, this is the stupidest thing. If you have to put out a chart on how and when to play your game, I mean, I don't even have words, dude.
It's a bad
I don't even have
practice.
words in English that would come out that would explain this. Seriously,
Is
it's like
Obey gonna go Spanish now?
I'm trying to look for a word, and it's like I can't even come up with a word. Seriously, because it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I was like, I need a chart to know when and how to play your game. Like I said, the game's officially out tomorrow, but then it's like people's been playing it for like 2 weeks now. Because there's like if you bought the Ultimate Edition, or if you're signed up to EA Access, or if you sign up to like Origin Premium or whatever their service is, people have been playing this for like 2 weeks now, and I've heard various types of glitches. Like there would be a team fighting against the final boss, and then like level 2 people spawning. Hey guys, can I help? It's like, dude, this is the final boss. How do you get here? It's like just randomly spawning. At the, it's
That's bad.
It's bad. I mean, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Again, we've all heard just like it's not good, and people just don't want to play it. They want to go back to play Apex Legends, which I guess is a fantastic game, man.
Looks good to me.
It's still killing Fortnite on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is great. So it's like I just got tired of Fortnite. So dumb. I know I got parents freaking out from fake news saying that Fortnite like rots kids' brains on something.
They said the same thing about comic books back in the day, and that turned out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if I'm Bioware right now, dude, I'm gonna try and add more content to this thing, and maybe get a better audience, right? But it's rough. Like they're in a rough spot right now. EA is still gonna do fine. They're gonna release another, Battlefield or whatever. They're gonna come out with a new Star Wars game this fall. Which, if Respawn's involved in that game, dude, and with the hype behind Respawn right now,
Yeah,
people are gonna get really excited for it.
for sure.
But I think that game's gonna get delayed. Again, I'm still calling that game's gonna get delayed till February next year. Or at least they're gonna try and make episode 9, but at the same time I doubt it.
Yeah, man.
But we'll see. But yeah, again, Apex Legends is doing great. The game's good. People are liking the game. That this goes to show, man, that EA doesn't necessarily put up bad stuff because it's EA was known for having like really high quality stuff back in like the PS2, in even the beginning of the PS3 360 era. But then as games as a service and this thing started coming out, I was like, oh yeah, we gotta grab all this money and take it. Um, yeah, I mean we see the same thing with Activision. It has so much bad press right now that
Seriously.
people are like really sour with Activision. So man, rough spot for BioWare. But Joel, again, talking about rough spots, dude, what is up with Xbox? Why can't they have a bona fide hit? What's wrong with this game was in development for since before 2013. This game was shown E3 2013 when the Xbox One came out. Why is this game a 60 on Metacritic? This game should have been freaking God of War numbers.
This is like, those of you that have seen the Black Panther movie, the famous Killmonger fighting T'Challa, and T'Challa's not looking too good, and Killmonger says, "Is this your king?" That's how I feel right now as it refers to Crackdown and Xbox. Like, is this your champion? This is the one that the fanboys were saying.
Wait for Crackdown 3.
Wait for it. Crackdown 3 is going to be the one to show you. It's going to blow up. It's going to be received amazing. It's going to be such a good game.
Infinite power of the cloud.
Right, infinite power of the cloud. All this crazy stuff. And look, I've been accused of it, from people who listen to me on this show. Some people have told me, you guys are definitely PlayStation fanboys. Please, email me. Tell me I'm wrong. Send us a message, noloadtime@gmail.com. Tell me wrong. What do you have right now on your platform at Microsoft that is your champion that you can only get on your Xbox? That is why you need to have your console. That is something that's either come out recently within the last year, or you're talking about it's going to come out in the next 6 months. That will change my mind. Try to change my mind right now. We're not just talking about, we just love this stuff, we love this stuff. Like, we're legitimately covering what the other guys are doing. And if this game would have come out and been a big hit, wow, that would have been something that would have been to take notice of for Microsoft, a win that they needed. And Obed, we're just talking about another loss. I mean, Anthem definitely wasn't something that we were looking at by any means to be a great game from early on. There were some concerns, but Crackdown 3, a long-running game, a game that you said for a very long time had been shown to us, a game that had been in development for a long time. The champion. This is your champion. And,
are you not entertained?
Are you not? I just want to see the NPD numbers for this month, next month.
Yeah.
Let's see, Obed. Let's see what goes on here, because the critics are slamming it. Let's see what the consumers. I just can't wait to see.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably gonna sell okay because, I mean, again, Xbox fans are hungry.
That's all they got.
They're gonna support their platform, dude. And it's times like this when it's put up or shut up. But at the same time, it's like, why spend $60 on this thing? And I heard it's like 8 hour or like a 6 hour campaign, and the multiplayer is not even good. Repetitive. It dated. It looks like an upscaled PS2 game, basically.
Yeah.
You don't get happened this generation. It's crazy. I mean, they could poise themselves to be great, right? But at the same time, if they're going to just keep their hardcore fans, they're not gonna gain any ground, and again, they're gonna get squashed. There's rumors for PS5 that keep circling around are very impressive stuff, and I'm sure that Microsoft's working on something very impressive. That it's gonna be like, we're gonna see it and we're gonna go, wow, this is really cool. I'm sure, dude. But at the same time, you're not your brand right now has a zero buzz. Like there's no buzz around your brand. Like you can go to Nintendo and there's buzz around the Switch. You know, even there's buzz around the Switch because of freaking Mario Kart that came out 2 years
Yes.
ago. You know,
Yes.
so it's a big problem. They're not exciting people. There's fake YouTubers out there saying, "Oh, Xbox One X is sold out everywhere because price dropped because it went down to $399." Bull crap, dude. I went to multiple Best Buys and multiple Targets this week, and so plenty of both S and
Same,
X's.
same, and the numbers don't lie as well. On top of what we've observed, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, I don't know. Xbox fans deserve a high quality AAA title, but you know, it's unfortunate that you know Microsoft refocused their their efforts on Crackdown 3,
Yes.
and they canceled Scalebound, and then there's a report this week that Nintendo may revive Scalebound to come to the Switch. What timeline is this? I mean, is this the darkest timeline for Xbox? So it's not crazy, dude. Like the game that Xbox fans were excited about, Scalebound, gets canceled. Microsoft says we're gonna put our efforts and refocus on Crackdown 3, and we're gonna put out for that for you guys. This was back in the beginning of 2017, right?
Yes.
It's not even new. So Crackdown 3, 2 years later, comes out, is a gigantic dud, and then Scalebound, the same week that Crackdown 3 comes out, hey, by the way, guys, the Switch may get the games that you guys wanted. Yo.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Holy crap.
If
dude.
Nintendo gets this, bro, it fully goes through. Like, I don't know.
If this is real, this is like game changer.
Yeah,
because Nintendo, first of all, they're not playing around, and second, we know that there's a special partnership between Nintendo and Platinum Games already. Sure. You know, we got Bayonetta being exclusive down to the Switch. We got Astral Chain coming out. Maybe a Wonderful 101 sequel. I don't know. So, what? It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, dude. You know, like, I really wish that Xbox fans can play something other than Forza and feel happy and feel
for their sake, yes.
Yeah, and feel good about their investment because they're investing money on the systems, on Xbox Live, on Game Pass, on all this other stuff. Like I don't even count Game Pass. It's like Game Pass is not. They're not your games. You're renting your games. You can discontinue that at any time. Microsoft can discontinue the service at any time. You know.
Sure.
So at the end of the day, you know, why? I don't. Again, I have no words. I have no words. I know that Xbox is not going anywhere. Microsoft's not going anywhere. But you know, Xbox fans, I think that Xbox fans deserve better. And this is coming from a PlayStation guy, right? It's like, you guys deserve better. And, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, next generation with all the, you know, with Obsidian and Ninja Theory and all these studios that Microsoft acquired, maybe you guys will be able to get a you know, a good single player great storytelling, action, adventure, whatever experience, because you guys deserve it. But you know what happened? I don't know. And this is not Don Matrix stuff. Don Matrix been gone for 5 years, dude. It was like if Phil Spencer can't figure out how to put out a AAA, a high quality AAA title in 5 years, dude, I really don't know. I really don't know what's happening. I mean, and it's not like Phil Spencer started with Xbox 5 years ago. He's been with Xbox for a long time.
Absolutely.
You know, so this is, again, just blaming Don Matrick doesn't work anymore. He's been gone for 5 years. In 5 years, you can make a decent experience. What's happening? You know, I'm baffled, dude. I'm baffled, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on what happens on all gaming fronts. Google's supposedly to have a keynote during GDC. We'll see what that's about.
Yep.
But in the meantime, Joe, where can people find us? And go ahead and plug in that Snap Grants and Insta Snaps and all the things your kids are into.
It's all right, Obed.
I'm,
It's
I'm an old man.
That's right. Old man Obed is what we'll call him from the rest of the time on. Joel Young and Old Man Obed. Oh, sorry, I
There
couldn't
you go.
resist. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please make sure to be subscribed to us. Our audio versions can be found on iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud. Also on Spotify now. And you can subscribe to our video versions here on YouTube. Also want to make sure to extend to you, just as Obed and I were joking about here, our social media. Go ahead and give us a follow at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Also, guys, just as I mentioned, as we were joking about Xbox and talking about some of these other topics, you can always send your feedback directly to us. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day for being with us and enjoying the show. We enjoy our time with you. We hope you continue to stay with us. We'll see you on our next episode.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you again next time.